Y'all, I just tried to talk in my beer like it was a microphone. Have you ever talked into something like it was a microphone?
A dick.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
Y'all, welcome to 90 Day
Welcome
Gay.
to 90 Day Gays.
Wow.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Hello?
And then it just spits in your eye. Who knew a microphone could do that?
Definitely on. It's on.
Your face.
We are live.
Hot mic. We got a hot mic.
This is 90 Day Gays. This is our fucking Monday. Obviously, we now have a Sunday episode and a fucking Monday episode.
It's true.
Because they're working us.
They
like
are.
Quarter horses.
Who knew that 90 Day Fiancé would actually bring out more content? Who knew?
It's kind of amazing that they have two different. It's kind of. They're kind of breaking a rule here, or maybe not.
Why?
I remember like Law and Order for a while had two different versions running simultaneously because it was so hot on NBC, like network. But like usually they don't put something on because it will compete with itself.
Not this show.
Not this show.
Especially in times of Corona.
Yeah.
We thirsty for it.
But I'm trying to think. They've been... Because we talked to Kim and Kyle, they had said that they'd done it before, where they had run shows at the same time.
They actually did it last summer when we started.
They ran The Other Way.
When we started with before the 90 Day season.
Yeah, and The Other Way was going on.
The Other Way was going on.
Yeah.
Fuck
you. I mean, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, but that's a lot of work.
Well, I think it'd be fine, but we decided to do Labor of Love. And then you decided to do this horrible bi-curious episode of Find Love Live. Wow.
Have you watched it yet?
The first 5 minutes, and then I had to stop.
Y'all, you don't have to watch this because we haven't recorded the episode yet. Our bi-curious episode, it was on Monday night. It was, boy, this show doesn't even know, like, normal ideas of production are out the window. I don't know if the poor host, what's her name? I forgot. Someone came for me today.
I want to call her
Sunyaki?
But Sunhee is on this show. Or
someone's
going
to come for me. Anyway, the host has got like an in-ear, and someone is just like spouting gibberish at her at the end.
It's
She's
true.
just trying to handle it.
That's exactly true.
She's like, I mean, we have so-and-so coming. Wait. There's a bomb?
There's a bomb. Well, Carla, we can see your left tit. Please cover it up. It's a shit show.
It's like Sean Robinson handling that 9-hour tell-all, y'all.
It's true.
Wait, Lisa just said the N-word? Oh, wait.
Oh.
Anyway, y'all, this show, as I said, is like Love Connection plus Faces of Death.
And I thought you were being dramatic, and you weren't. You weren't at all.
You know what? I'll take all of you to hell with me. If I'm going to have to watch Smothered, you're going to have to watch this garbage.
I'm trying to look
I saw it when I was drunk, and I thought I liked it. I'll totally admit
that goes for a lot of things.
I know. Yeah, I've been grinding when drunk before, too.
Then they come over.
You want to come over?
Oh. Hello.
I'm like, glad I fell asleep mid-grind. Hey, where are you? Sup? And I'm like...
I'm trying to look at my messages to remember who gave us that pillow. Someone sent Poodle a pillow.
Take a picture.
It says,
I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong.
which is literally what Poodle says. Who was it? It sent it to us.
I don't know. We were trying to figure it out.
No,
We
they
didn't know.
messaged us on Instagram today, and of course I'm not prepared for it.
No, well, I'm going to keep talking.
Tell them
so
what
let
you did today, Poodle.
What I do today?
I don't know what you did.
This show just about what I did?
We're gonna get
That's so fucking
We're
boring.
gonna get a comment for that.
Anyway, I'm gonna talk about. Well, let's go ahead and. So we talked about Find Love Live. That'll be out.
Christina Lee.
Thank you, Christina Lee.
Christina Lee. Thank you for the pillow.
And I'll add it to my connection of passive aggressive pillows,
which is growing.
I
And
know.
you're just going to have a day bed one day in a guest bedroom, and I'll probably make you a homemade quilt for your pillows. I'm not going to quilt.
No, you're not.
Not.
That's a lot of work.
It is. My aunt does it, and it's a lot. My mother always says, this is my favorite. You can have this unless your sister-in-law Amber wants it when I die. 'Cause she has a really pretty quilt.
Why would she give it to your sister-in-law?
Because it's a quote-unquote female thing, so she thinks she's going to like it more when I like it more.
Right. Wow, your mother can't even break out of that dialectic, can she?
No, she gave Amber the jewelry. I'm like, I wanted that.
Wait, she gave Amber?
I didn't want the well, she will. No, I'm glad she's giving Amber the jewelry.
You should get the jewelry.
I'm kidding. I don't want jewelry. I'm not a jewelry queen. Like if I
But
got married,
you may
I
want to
wouldn't
give
have a dime.
it.
No.
Is it worth anything? Let's be honest.
Not a little, but no.
Yeah.
They've been married for 20 years. I'd love for her to have it. She's like,
All right.
Would you want to have your mom's jewelry, or would you want Betsy to get it?
That's my sister-in-law. Betsy's never getting Mother Poodle's jewelry.
But
let's just make that clear. When you said that, I was like, that's never going to happen. I would want it because it was something to remember her with.
That's true.
Yeah.
Probably, I would want the one.
You're just going to burn your mother and forget about her.
No, I would want the one necklace that I got my mother at Kerr and Revis.
Kerr and that is not a real place.
It was a drugstore, but also a gift store, and I got her a necklace there. It was very Egyptian. I loved it. She said it didn't fit her well, and she returned it. So that's the only thing I would have wanted. But,
What'd you spend, $20 on it?
I was 8.
Wow.
I still remember
This is
that.
why children should not buy gifts for adults.
It's true.
You shouldn't, and don't teach your children to make you something.
Yeah.
Don't have them buy something. They're gonna fuck it up.
It's true.
They're gonna fucking buy you like some kind of butterfly clip.
It's true.
And you'll never be able to wear it. And then they'll complain that you don't wear it.
It's true.
Yeah.
And
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They don't. We also got Amy. We're going
to say it wrong.
Casaluna. She sent
Maybe it is
us,
Calasunas.
y'all,
It is Calasunas.
She sent us a gift saying, in preparation for the Darcy Stacy spinoff, and it's a box of our favorite Ricolas. It was
Ricola. Suck a dick.
Wow.
going my heart. Anyway, we are covering the
I'm
Darcy
going to try
spinoff.
not to suck Ricolas close to the microphone, as it makes some of you homicidal.
We really do try that. We do try. I think that's it for the thank yous.
Big announcement.
Oh, I already forgot about it.
Get ready, everybody.
Y'all.
If you're sitting down, hopefully you brought a change of underwear.
You've been wanting this for a long time.
And we caved.
And we've been not wanting this for a long time.
I have not been wanting this.
But it's going to happen.
Because obviously I'm never going to have a life.
So, well...
Here's the hint, y'all. Say goodbye to our Friday nights.
Goodbye to Friday nights.
Because guess what comes on Friday night, y'all? Love After Lockup. And we're doing it.
We're doing it. We're jumping in. This isn't about Curious.
No.
This is every single episode.
It's going to be on the Patreon at the $8 level.
It is.
Now, the reason why we're putting it at the $8 level, y'all, and not the normal $5 level, is because this is not a limited series. This is a full-on
This
slog.
could be 54 episodes.
This could be a a sex line of 40 guys.
Yeah.
They're just like waiting to plug you.
Yep, waiting.
And you look down that thing, you're like, huh, Sam, you only told me there was 8.
Yeah, and it's prison guys. So like 3 of them are going to shank you. So anyway,
we're doing Love After Lockup. It'll be on the Don't Pull Over tier. So if y'all haven't checked out that $8 tier, you get you get the Bi-Curious, and you're going to get new Love After Lockup that comes out on the 17th.
And when we get to a certain amount, we're going to have double the Bi-Curious instead of just one. So we will have that for you. And the Bi-Curious this week is going to be Find Love Live, which we said.
Which is awful.
Awful.
But I'm sure it's going to make a good show. We haven't done it yet.
We don't know what day Find Love Live is going to air. We're thinking it's probably...
We normally give it out on Friday.
No, we're not. We literally talked about that. We said we're not going to do it on Friday. We're not going to release it on Friday night.
Bi-Curious. No, you're Love After Lockup.
Live. You know what? I shamed you, and I was an idiot.
You can apologize anytime.
And I apologize.
Thank you.
I apologize.
Thank you.
Find Love Live. We'll watch it on Friday. We don't know for sure when it's going to air yet.
Love After Lockup, you idiot.
Did I just say the wrong thing? I have a problem. Rural. So Love After Lockup we're going to watch on Friday.
Yeah, we don't know. We're not sure when we're gonna do a very intense study.
Probably Sunday night.
Which will probably be talking to Jackie and our other moderators.
Yeah, or like Kim and Kyle. When do y'all
When do y'all drop this?
We don't know.
We're not going to do any any research.
The reason we're doing this season 2 is because if you haven't watched,
if you
haven't watched, I almost said it again.
I know. I'm staring at you, trying to kill you with my mind.
Love After Lockup this season, y'all. It's on WeTV, and it's a whole new cast.
Television for women, but not,
and gay men.
Yeah.
So if you are new to and you're like, I don't know anything about the episode, this is the time.
Y'all come at me if you've ever thought, I wish I could kill someone with my mind, because I think that on the daily about this one.
It's true. Now, as with any new venture that we do, we will put the first 2 episodes up on our regular
feed.
So you can
know what you're getting.
Try it before you buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone should say that.
Got to buy the milk before you... Got to get the milk, taste the... I don't know what the expression is.
Boy, you fucked that up, didn't you?
I don't want to buy the milk, so if I get the cow for free, that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Y'all, I've had a stomach virus, and so I'm not all there. You don't want to buy the cow unless you can get the milk for free.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, y'all, I think that is basically all the slog that we need to do. We're going to have our sissy shout-outs and our sissy spotlight at the end of today's show.
Oh,
so let's jump into it.
This is episode 6.
Oh, yeah.
Don't Grumpy Stop.
Don't Grumpy Stop. Season 2, episode 6 of The Other Way. Let's just start out with something real fucking sad.
We're at the hovel.
This was sad.
We're at the hovel, y'all. So this is not... I have a lot to say about this. First of all, her mother is not helping things by losing her shit and clapping at people.
She's not. And y'all have come at us about her mother.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen previous seasons. We're still newly into Toe on the Patreon, on Classic Toe on the first season.
We've seen her mother's a little bit in the first season. No, her mother's on social media. That's what it is.
And we have to say, we know, and I know that we criticized Drusilla a little bit for...
Drusilla? You mean Deavan?
Deavan for Drusilla being crazy. I retract that a little bit because I do think Deavan is crazy, like you said on Twitter, but that girl is doing the best she can with that crazy ass family.
Yeah,
I feel for her.
Yeah, it's the mom
heart goes out.
The mom is very problematic, you guys.
And then what's happening with this and Jihoon? I'm just like, I want her. Kind of like you talk about Jenny and Sumit. I want her to just go on an island by herself with no kids and get a vacation.
You mean
for a
Deavan?
month. Yes.
She's going to find a way to fuck up those kids. Say it. I'm saying it now, y'all.
It's probably going to happen.
Anyway, the things that I have to say, remember, you guys, Deavan was the one who found this apartment.
It was.
Yeah. So, now, I'm not saying we can't blame Jihoon for not going to check it out.
Well, and the only reason she had to find an apartment
is
because he didn't.
Yes. But, I think them freaking out over to Jihoon about this place, and it does look sketch. I'm not gonna lie. I think they might be making it a little worse than it is, the uproar over it, and it may just be all they can afford. You might just have to live in a shit apartment for 2 months.
I mean, possibly. I don't think it's Deavan's fault or anything, because you think about, like, she's trying to pick an apartment at the last minute, raising 2 kids and doing all this shit.
I don't think it's...
No, I didn't think you were saying that. Let me clarify that. I didn't feel like you were saying it was on Deavan.
No.
But I think maybe for the cameras they were making it a bigger deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And, there was shit everywhere, to be honest.
I mean, his dad just said, "This is sad."
It was not nice. Let's just say that.
It was. So
It was very small. It's no Binyam's apartment, y'all. Which looked like...
My eyes are big and my mouth is open.
Which, y'all, looked like...
She was right. It looked like something from the Saw.
The bathroom did, but even more than that, the decor and it looked like something that, like, I called it witch coven chic.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was not nice.
No.
It wasn't a lot of room. But the worst thing you can do, you guys, is in front of everybody's family and the kids, is freak the fuck out. And maybe it was just that they had been on a long flight or whatever.
Imagine what you would be like when you traveled to and back from China and you had to deal with that. You were exhausted.
I would have...
But you were exhausted, and she had to deal with it. It wasn't like she could stop and say, "I don't want to deal with this now."
Yeah, I agree. But, so you guys...
And it's a build. This is a build-up to everything.
Yeah.
It's because he hasn't done anything, and literally, I think it's more...
I'm not defending Jihoon in any way, you guys.
You are.
I'm just saying this was put... We kind of forgot that she found the place, because he didn't, obviously, and it wasn't a thing like people are sitting there, and we see it, and Deavan goes, "Oh my God, this wasn't like this was advertised at all. Oh my God, what do we do?"
It never looks like the pictures,
But
Deavan.
suddenly, we jump on Jihoon from everybody, and the mom is like, "What have you done for my daughter and her babies?" And it just...
I kind of feel like it was warranted, honestly, because the reason they came over, because she doesn't even know yet that he doesn't even have a real job and money.
Right.
To me,
agree.
He coerced them to come over here.
And I think that's true.
I think he deserves all of it. He's a loser.
I think...
With really good hair.
I think it could have happened. I'm saying for the children, for everybody in front of his family, I think it could have happened in a way where they talked about it instead of everyone freaking out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the conversation that happened at the end of the episode between them should have happened at the beginning.
The very beginning.
Away from the children and away from the parents, like just the two of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
that's not how they roll.
I'm imagining, y'all, if I was traveling with Poodle and we had been traveling for 24 hours and landed in Korea and I took him to that side, he would do nothing of what he just said. He would freak the fuck out and say, "What is this?" and call an Uber and just leave me stranded in a seat with this suitcase. And you go to a bar and fuck someone that nice and stay in somebody's nice house.
I'd find a place to live. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and you'd pay for it. So you guys, she says, she's like, I can't stay here a month.
No.
I can't stay here a month. We need to get out now. So,
and Jihoon is just
this.
Maybe this will be good for him because he is broken.
I agree,
but he needs to be.
And this should be a time where Deavan has this mentality of, which is a very, in a way, a very traditional idea that she's like, he's got to provide for me and the family. Mm-hmm. And I know he's been saying, yes, I will do that. Mm-hmm. But the idea that they're going to be together, I think he magically thinks it's going to happen. I feel like if she would read the room, and this is happening in some relationships, she has to know he's never going to be able to be that. So I either change my conception of what I think my job in this relationship is, or I find a new person. And I don't know if it can be one or the other. I don't think he's going to grow up.
Never. And well, not never. Maybe this will be it, but she needs to leave him and just let him figure it out. But maybe she's angry too.
And I'm not defending him here. I'm saying there are relationships that exist where the woman, you don't need to provide, quote unquote, for the wife and the children. She already has her own thing.
Well, and that's kind of what they co-created together. Like she would say, "You're going to provide this," and he kept saying,
"I know,
I will take care of you." But also maybe part of why Deavan was so upset, she might not know this yet, but I think she was more upset not that Jihoon didn't provide for her, that she believed him in quotes again when she knew he would never do it.
Yeah.
When she knew, because that is her part to play in this, y'all, is that she keeps believing him when there is no evidence to believe him.
Yeah, she has no...
That is, I mean, y'all, what is it? Fool me once, I'm a fool. Fool me twice, stick it in my ass. Yeah, okay. Whatever that saying is.
Get this away from me!
And she's been fooled many a times. This is like the third or fourth time.
I
it's kind of like, we can't help you, Deavan.
I honestly don't have a lot of sympathy for her. I know...
I have sympathy for her with raising her kids and her... I think she really wants to cling on to this fantasy of literally, I'm moving away from my family. I'm getting away from this shit show. And I want to have this family and this new life. And it just is blowing up in her face.
I feel like she will never compromise on the life that she wants for her and Jihoon.
No, that's true. Yeah.
But I don't think Jihoon has enough, because he's like, I want to make you happy, Deavan. So it's going to have to come from her. How if they succeed, it's going to have to come from her. Because
both of them. But
I'm saying she's going to have to change what she expects of him, and then she can say, "I'll do this if you'll do this."
And
maybe
think
she
what
already
you're saying
has.
too, it's really important. And I remember, like when you're working with your own individual, like with couples therapy, a big thing is setting realistic expectations for your partner and agreeing to them.
And it's not realistic that Jihoon is going to find an apartment.
A lot of partners do this unrealistic fantasy bullshit.
Yep. So
you are a good life coach, Poodle. Y'all, I would say call Poodle, but we don't have time to give you therapy or life coaching right now because we're fucking busy covering dick jokes.
Yeah. So you guys, Deavan and her mom, Jihoon does say, I'm the biggest fucking idiot in the world.
And he's like crying. And he's like, because my life's shit.
Well, here, you guys, this is the perfect storm for him, because he isn't
suicidal.
He hasn't not just appeared to be a failure in front of his wife and parents, but also his children and his future mother-in-law, who he really has to impress.
Yes, and I don't know, because I'm not super familiar with. Does South Korean culture have this kind of? I know this is a big deal in Japan, so I don't want to lump it into all the other Asian countries. So come at us, South Korean sissies. But is this idea of like family and honor? Is that a big deal there? As much as it is? I know I have friends like in Japan where that is, like family legacy and how you act is a reflection on the parents and all that.
Yeah, it's huge, I'm sure.
I'm imagining so too. Let us know, South Korean sissies. We want to go to South Korea now.
Seoul looks beautiful, just not this area.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't want to go to where Jihoon and Deavan are living.
Not this area.
No.
Not this area.
I'd like to go where his parents live. That looked nice.
It looked really nice.
They should just move back in. They just moved back in with his parents and Baki.
And Baki, that cute little dog.
Y'all, that was a tiny, cluttered house, but they all were fine.
That's the only thing
his family anal's so clean.
You know what he should do? He should write children's books starring Baki. People would buy that shit.
Oh, I love Baki.
I feel like Jihoon would write good children's book because his mind is childlike.
Maybe. I don't know. They would have fuck in them a lot.
That's true. I will say one thing for Deavan. That was the ultimate shade of just saying what you want to say and then leaving it for the translator app to translate as you walk away.
That little translator app looked like that thing in Wall-E, too.
And it didn't work super well. I think it was a little drunk.
I'd also like to say that it reinforced to me that Deavan was definitely Team Edward because she had a fucking Edward Scissorhands tattoo on her fucking shoulder.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It
She's
was
Team
fucking
Edward.
Johnny Depp with Edward Scissorhands going...
Yeah.
She was a goth girl, y'all.
That tracks.
It's hard for goth girls to be happy.
We have some goth girls in the Sissy Squad.
I know.
They just did. There's a whole thread in our private Facebook group where one of our I should remember. One of our sissies posted, "We're all Libby," and she posted a side-by-side picture of her with and without makeup because Libby looks so drastically different without
I've
makeup.
seen it. I commented.
It is. I wish I remembered her
I love
name.
how you're telling me things about our feed.
You know,
Like
I
I'm
just
Helen
liked
Keller.
It. You know, I just liked it. That was it.
I would like to say something about a goth girl, y'all.
It was Deavan Gurka.
They're
Thanks, Deavan.
They're not happy teenagers, and they're fine being that way. If I would have been female, I would have been a goth girl
For sure.
Totally.
110%.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing about goth girls. They don't grow up into happy adults. They grow up into smart adults. They know what bullshit is,
Oh,
and they grow up into adults with some perspective on the world.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
When you don't grow out of it, though, it's not really. It's
They're
kind of sad.
usually very caring too. Actually,
Yes.
like very empathetic.
Well, you
of
know
others.
why? You know why? Because in your teenage years, you're feeling so much, and the goth sensitivity is all about kind of getting into the darkness of it.
That's true.
And so many people
Very
throw that away.
Jungian, like your shadow
Yeah.
shit.
And-
I wonder too if there's like it's freeing to. I think goth is. I love the makeup and everything, and I think it's real, but it's not a quote unquote conventional beauty.
Yeah.
So I
So
wonder
it's
like
another way
to shuck that as a
Yeah.
high school girl is a really good kind of like fuck you to society and kind of frees you.
find a way. Yeah, I think it's all those things. Yeah.
Come
I
at us,
agree.
goth sissies.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I guarantee
wanna
you,
do
y'all are much more well-adjusted than a lot of people are.
I can't wait to start meeting people again. We're gonna have people put you in goth makeup.
I'm gonna limit the time you talk to people. It's got a 30-minute egg timer. Ding! That's
That-
enough. Please move on to the next
Y'all,
person.
it was going to be bad because, we had planned on, y'all didn't know any of this, but we were planning on doing a meet and greet in Los Angeles in April. And then we were going to do our first live show in June.
Yep.
And I was just so excited just to talk to strangers. It's my
Yeah,
favorite
and we
thing.
were going to have some ground rules about that. Because you think it's okay, y'all, but he'll ask you things. Is this your husband? How long have you been together? And it's really prying.
I just am interested. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not everybody needs to know everything. So, you guys, so they have this like big come to Jesus at the end. That's where we have the line, "Don't grumpy stop."
Don't grumpy stop.
We
see Jihoon get. Well, we haven't seen a lot of the. We're about a quarter through the first season.
Yeah.
But we see Jihoon get angry. I don't think we've ever seen him get angry like this.
He finally just says, "I have no more money. I don't have any money." And she goes, and I think that's what she's almost been waiting to hear. I think she's been kind of like waiting for that shoe to drop.
I think for the most part, unless you're like dating a fucking sociopath, which happened to a friend of mine, but there's a part of us that knows.
Oh, she knew.
We know.
I believe it.
When we're with that person, we know the truth, we feel it, and we deny that whisper in our gut because we don't want to believe it. And I think that's really more than him like I said, I think that's what she's coming to term with is the shame, as Brene Brown says, the shame spiral of denying my instinct and not trusting myself. Because that's really when I'm the most upset at myself in life.
I think, too, is she's obsessed with having a project. And she sees someone who's going to be good for her, but at the same time, she feels like she can control him in a way.
Yeah.
And I think maybe past relationships, she could not control her partners. She can control Jihoon, but he has to provide.
Yeah.
So I see people are all up about how Jihoon's a loser. I'm not disagreeing with you. Mm-hmm. I just say she's just as guilty.
I think he's a big loser, and I think that she's complicit. It's always it's always
it takes two to tango.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It's everybody. Fault doesn't have to be shared, but the responsibility does. That's the difference.
So anyway, you guys, so she says, breaks down at the end, all these things I was worried about were true, blah, blah, blah.
And what she really meant to say there is all these things that I knew that I told myself weren't true were.
And he said, if you're worried about money, you can leave. Fine.
She says, bye.
And she went, I will leave when my mother leaves. Your mom wants to leave yesterday.
Yeah.
And he sits down and says, my life is a mess. It was
very sad.
I feel like you guys, The Other Way is never afraid of going
dark,
heavy,
going dark
and especially even in the first couple of segments, they're never afraid of it.
Never.
Which is why this show is much more of a thrill ride than the soap opera that's before the 90 Days or the kind of documentary style that is 90 Day Fiancé.
I was fast forwarding through 90 Day because I don't watch it. I just fast forward in case you're anything. Before the Day clapback. God, that's terrible.
People love it. Bill Boulware loves it.
Well, now, I used to like it, but now that we know Avery's a fucking crazy person, she's on it a lot, and I don't want to see her.
It's not that she's a crazy person.
Well, she's a horrible person.
Yeah.
She's a horrible person.
You can go online.
Google.
We're not going to talk about it here.
Who knew Avery was the crazy one?
We're not going to talk about it here.
But anyway.
Yeah. Basically, she said some racist shit, y'all.
She did say some racist shit, and she doesn't believe in science.
That's all we're going to talk about.
But anyway, bye. But between that now and Ed, I mean, there really is. It's just Darcy. Yolanda
what did I say?
Yolanda is entertaining. No, I know. I'm greeting you.
You're acting like I haven't been saying this since
episode
what?
I don't want to talk about this. I'm triggered. Let's move on.
Since episode 4 of Before the 90 Days, I said, I hate all these people. And you're like, I like this. This is one of my favorite seasons. And I'm like, okay, I guess you like garbage.
Get the you were right pillow. Just get it out. And put it with your I'd agree with you, but then we both be wrong. Pillow.
It's hard for me to get into a show unless I can find some commonality, which is why I have a hard time with Smothered. However, now that I start to see people like Marianne Brittany and Cher and Dawn as cartoons, it's easier for me.
By the way, y'all, I've got to do that tonight or tomorrow. I'll get that up. Be sure to be checking our Instagram because Jake and I watched it separately, but we recorded our reactions.
The big
to
secret.
Brittany's secret. We're not going to say it here, but we recorded our reactions, and you can see it on our Instagram.
It was like when they would find out who shot JR, but much less compelling.
Much less. Anyway, go to 90 Day Gaze at Instagram.
Look for that. So anyway, I think that's all I have about those two.
But at the end of the day, I do want it to work for them because I do think they love each other. I do. I think Jihoon actually probably loves her more than she loves him.
Oh, definitely.
I think she likes him. He makes her laugh, but she's really in love with like you've said, the idea of him.
But
he really does love her.
He's puppy love for her.
He can't get it together.
And the idealization that she wants to be with will never be Jihoon. She wants two different people.
Real love is showing up for somebody and doing shit.
Yeah. And y'all, it's not enough.
And everything we've learned from Jihoon, he's learned everything from movies.
It's not enough.
This is not serendipity, y'all. God,
that's a terrible movie.
That movie sucked.
Almost as bad as P.S. I Love You. Don't
That
get me
was
started
not
on that
good.
fucking trash.
That was not good.
Okay. Let me get this out right now. Okay.
Is this thing on?
Okay. The fact that someone mails you letters and then so you'll go marry their brother, that's some fucked up Handmaid's Tale bullshit.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
And it had everyone's favorite romantic comedy actress in it, Hilary Swank. Yeah. Yeah, starring romantic comedy favorite Hilary Swank.
She is soft. I'm kidding. She's not. She's a hard. That's what we call back home. She's a hard woman.
You know what? I'm not saying she's not a good actor. I'm saying Julia Roberts, she ain't.
She's not Julia Roberts.
Cameron Diaz, she's not even Sandy Bullock.
I love Sandra Bullock.
I know. Basic people do.
You don't like her?
I'm sorry. My friends and I used to talk about Sandra Bullock fans as being the most basic people in the world.
She won an Oscar for The Blind Side.
Yeah. Oh, you talk about a movie that does not hold up today. I dare you to watch that movie.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it.
watched like half an hour of it. It was like something came on. And I was
It's
like,
very-
whoa.
It's very white savior.
Oh, I dare you to watch it. Your
And-
eyes will be boop.
But she has her Oscar.
Anyway, I'm not saying she's not talented, y'all. I'm saying she's the middle of the pack. She's the middle of the pack at best.
I never said she's
but
Meryl
people
Streep.
love her. I'm getting some hate for
She's
this.
not.
I
She's not
guarantee
Viola
you-
Davis. She
I
is not.
guarantee you, people are going to come for me.
Yeah, they
I'm
are.
ready. I brought my tennis racket. You
Some
whores.
people are going to agree with you. I love Sandra Bullock, and she's a really nice person. My friend was her stand-in. She was lovely.
I'm sure she's a really nice person. That
Can
doesn't,
we move
that
on to
doesn't
the
mean I
gays?
can't read the fuck out of her.
Can we just move on to the gays?
Armando, y'all.
I want a baby.
I am.
I want a baby. This little girl is so cute with her bow and her hair. My ovaries.
Shut up.
Oh.
So, you guys, we meet Hannah, his daughter.
Hannah. What an interesting name.
Mm-hmm. I think we'll be hearing a lot of Hannahs.
Maybe lately.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You guys, Hannah, his adorable daughter, and she knows. I'm so glad that Armando has talked to him about Kenny. They've talked.
She's met him on virtual.
Yes. So it's so much better than, and I want to do a little compare and contrast the whole way through the difference between this relationship and Tiffany and Ronald, because it kind of is similar in a way where, but in a different way. So he has the child and someone else is coming there. He is still moving though.
Yes, he is moving to the other side of the peninsula.
Right. So she can't wait to meet Daddy Kenny or Papa Kenny. And so I want to keep talking about the fact. I've separated these. So Kenny is coming, you guys. Mm-hmm. He's driving across with his dog Truffles. That's a fucking gay name for a dog.
That's a gay name for a dog. Like,
it's cute, y'all.
It's a
that
cute
dog
dog.
is old.
Old.
One eye can never focus. Poor Truffles.
that looked like Poodle's ass before Corona, which is now healed back.
Yeah, it's like all tightened up. Like Mary's face on Smothered. And so you guys, so he's driving across Texas. Texas is huge. Have you guys driven across Texas?
He is right.
It takes like 3 days.
It is so fucking boring. It's so long.
Like
we went
right in the middle of Texas.
And either way you go. If you go east to west, it's forever. But we drove from
North
North
south
Texas.
is pretty rough.
We drove
too.
to Brownsville for choir tour. Don't ask.
Oh, and the drive is so awful.
It was, I think, like 36 hours.
Yeah. To get across Texas, you guys, I want to say it's like 20 hours. Someone will correct us.
It's a big state.
Yeah. I drove that way with Mother Poodle, y'all.
You drove across Texas?
No, I'm sorry. We only drove to Louisiana.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I drove that by myself. I drove across Texas by myself. smoking all the way. Woo! Y'all, nothing like road trips to smoke. I used to smoke.
You did used to
Oh,
smoke.
y'all on a road trip, you chain smoke.
What did you smoke?
I was listening Marble Lights. What every basic gay boy
Wait,
smoked.
didn't you switch to like those Spirit ones?
Oh, I smoked American Spirit for a while. That was like what the cheap gay boys in LA smoked for a while. American Spirit. No, always Marble Lights. Bougie gay boys. Yeah. And girls who get drunk and smoke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Which is basically you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes forever.
Oh, yeah. Listening to like, oh my God, I listened to Books on Tape. I was listening to like Indigo Girls, cranking that down, wearing my turquoise jewelry, crossing New Mexico.
The Indigo Girls. Did you listen to any of the B-sides of what were they? The Azul Ladies? What was that band?
What was that band that we had?
Sapphire Sapphos.
Sapphic Sapphires.
Sapphic Sapphires.
Yes, those are the B-sides. Anyway, so you guys...
So you were talking about the difference of them versus Tiffany and Ronald.
Yes, and I want to say, first of all, Armando is not going right away with his son to meet with his daughter to meet Kenny. He is going a week early to prepare the house and get the room ready. Something Tiffany and Ronald didn't do. You know, so they already know each other. Because normally I even ask myself, what's the difference? Because he's still, and I'm like, why don't I question it as much as I did with Ronald bringing Daniel?
That's good.
You know.
Well, also, Kenny isn't, and this isn't a shame, but like Kenny is not coming out of rehab that day, the day that you're coming to get them.
This is true.
So that's a big difference. It's a big difference.
You know, I keep having to remind myself of that fact that they picked him up at rehab, and then he met her son for the first time.
Yeah, and
then they had a bachelor party the next night.
Yep,
with a stripper,
and he got drunk. But then they're bringing.
I would love to talk to her. She's one of the few 90 Days who I'd love to talk, and I was like, what was going through your mind? We just want to know your process, honey.
She won't talk to us.
She probably won't.
No.
Especially when I call her Shoulders.
Shoulders. Y'all, we got Shoulders McGee today.
You know, she might enjoy that name.
Maybe.
She's got a sense of
it's
humor.
It's her brand. She should make clothes with
I know.
Shoulders. But also, too, what Armando's doing different is that he's coming back with Kenny to get Hannah.
Yes.
But for Kenny to meet her at her home, on her turf.
Yes.
It's a smart way to do it.
It's a better choice. I will say, and I was like, maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. Maybe it's not the best to bring a child, you know, into a thing where you don't know if it's going to work or not. You've never really been together for a long time. And so I'm just offering this because we all see this as a much more romantic storyline because they've been together, and I'm saying let's take a step back and know that maybe things won't be if things aren't rosy, but there's a child there. So I'm not saying it's going to go bad. I'm saying let's have some perspective how much we hated on Tiffany for bringing Daniel to South Africa.
No, I think it's good to ask like why am I not feeling
and we talked
panic.
about and we've talked this through, and that I've come to the same thing you have of all these conclusions. I'm like, yeah, this was done a little bit better.
For me, the main thing, no matter what, even if her and Ronald had been talking for a long time, and she said, hey, we're bringing him over to meet Ronald in South Africa, I actually think I would have been more okay with that. But bringing
getting out
him
of
over
rehab.
but it really is the day he's getting out of rehab for
pretty
instant
rough.
family.
It's pretty rough.
That's a bad idea, Tiff.
So Armando's leaving, you guys, and this is the thing. You can tell what Armando is in his family. He is the
He's the nucleus.
He is the nucleus who holds everyone. If people are fighting, he gets them because they're losing their shit, y'all.
He's a parentified child. He takes care of his mother.
Right.
And probably his dad.
Right. So he's the kind of the one who's holding that family together. That's why the sister's losing her shit. The mother's losing her shit. The mom says, I know children leave, but I don't know the person he's leaving with. And so I understand that's scary.
But
so,
it's, the interesting thing is the person that they're leaving, they don't really know totally either because they haven't given Armando the chance for him to be himself.
right.
So they think he's leaving to see a stranger, but actually he is leaving to be his true self, to be with a partner of his true self, which is a much different thing.
No, I agree.
I will say, though, as a gay man, seeing a child getting so excited about living with the same-sex parent,
my two daddies,
personally made me so happy and healing. And also, for any of y'all who might think different, I mean, y'all listen to us.
You can think whatever you want, though.
So, I just want to offer and say, if you think a parent...
You can think whatever you want. If you don't agree with us, you're wrong.
I just want to say, if you think that a kid should be raised by a heterosexual mother or father, scientifically, you're wrong. So I want to say, statistically, like, if you think... like if
it's better, you're saying.
Than gay parents.
Oh, okay.
Than gay parents.
You rephrase that.
Yeah, let me
you
phrase
said,
that.
If you think a child should be raised by the heterosexual father and mother, you're wrong.
No. I mean, like,
that's better. You're
by
saying.
two parents, or even it's better to have one loving parent than two fighting parents. You know what I mean? Families look all different. That's just all what I'm saying. And I'm saying that I feel like it doesn't even have to be two people. It can be one person. But all a child wants to know is that they are loved and cared for, and that somebody wants to just validate them, and just give them and celebrate their uniqueness, and that's it. It doesn't matter what their parents' race, creed, color, doesn't matter.
So in a commercial, in an ad for like some kind of like very churchy person, they're going to play that clip.
Yeah.
There's just heard a person who's raised with a heterosexual father and mother. No, you're wrong. They'll play that clip and they'll edit everything else out.
Yeah.
I agree. And we've been.
I say that too for a lot of single moms, single dads out there. A lot of people are like,
but there's
are you waiting to? Are you like? I have a friend who's a single dad, and a lot of times he's talked about this on Facebook. He'll get like, "Oh, are you looking just to date someone so that way you can be a family?" And he's like, "Me and my daughter are a family. Like, we're a family."
And you hear that talking point a lot, that it's better for a child to have a mother and a father, or
it's easier for the fucking parent because somebody else can go watch their kid while they like go take a shit.
But we don't know. There have been a lot of studies, you guys, and they all say contradicting things. But basically, the most important thing is that you've got a parent who loves the child and spends time with the child.
Yeah, just even if you have one parent, that's enough. Just at least one. But if you have two, great. Great. That is great. Yeah. I would want to. I wouldn't want to raise a kid of my own.
We're saying, like, it's not... We're saying across the board, it's not to say, let's say you take a child from a single mother for some reason, from DSS, and place it with two fathers or two moms, and someone argues, that's not a better situation. No situation is better than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, it really just touched my heart that
was really sweet.
It was just really, really, really sweet.
We didn't take a break. I guess you'll put one in.
We're going to do one. No, we'll break after Armando. Are we done with Armando?
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Because we only have one more.
Oh, his dad didn't show up saying goodbye to him.
No, we don't. We have tons more. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you know where we are right now?
Sorry, I had to go forward.
Poodle's on stomach medication, and he doesn't know.
That's all I've got. Yeah, his dad didn't show up.
Didn't show up.
The mom's losing it.
This is a really thing. Like, Mexican men do not show emotions. That's not a thing. So I hope that goes okay.
I've had some crying before. Oh.
Wow. Well, on that note, I'm going to go to the bathroom and be sick, and we're going to take a commercial.
I'm going to call him Texas Tim.
Texas Tim. That's what we're going to call him.
Cheese stick.
Cheese stick. Y'all, we're back.
Cheese stick.
Before we jump into Tim and Dallas, I just want to do, mentioned her on last night's podcast, but just shout out, y'all, Jackie Weissman, our Facebook moderator, she's giving birth on Wednesday morning.
That is tomorrow for a lot of us.
Tomorrow. This will go up on Tuesday night. You never remember what day we're doing this show.
I can't
literally
be responsible
said these are the
for
same
that.
day because
I
we're
can't
doing
be
this
responsible.
at 6 o'clock on a California night.
So y'all listening on Wednesday, Jackie Weissman's probably already had her baby.
Already had her baby. So
You fucked up.
y'all, but if you hear this before, call in all prayer warriors.
Come on, all prayer warriors.
Energy healers.
Send love and light.
I know we have some witches.
Lift us up.
Do a spell, whatever you send. Reiki, send it to Jackie.
Send it to Jackie Weissman.
Yep, she needs
She's
it.
happy to get that baby out,
She's
y'all.
ready. She's ready to have her body back. All right. Let's move on to Tim.
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 Texas Tim. Oh, gosh. Cheese stick. A hanker for a hunk of cheese.
Boy.
Remember that commercial?
No.
It was on like was it those little things? It was like, it's time for timer. And he was like trying
What
to
the
sell.
hell
It was
did
like, it was basically propaganda from the dairy league. It was on Saturday commercials. It's like, when you hanker bottle, he was like this, like, I think he was like this cheese cowboy. And
Are
he's
you
like,
making
a
this
hanker
up?
for a hunk of cheese. He said that.
I think you had weird gay dreams, and this wasn't
Y'all,
real.
you know I'm right. A hanker for a hunk of cheese.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Y'all, Tim is moving
Someone
to
will know.
Columbia in a week.
He just wants someone to throw his ball because he's a golden retriever.
It's
Oh,
true.
gosh.
And his mama comes over, Robin. Robin's coming. She lives in Alabama, but she's visiting. They are very close.
She's got about 3 colors of hair going on.
She does. You do think she would have fixed something about the hair color? That said, though, seems like a sensible person.
She does.
Seems
she
like-
does.
I really
Gives
was.
me an Ann Dowd vibe from, you don't know who Ann Dowd. She's the character
don't-
actress. We talked about
No,
Aunt Lydia before.
I know
She
Aunt
reminds
Dowd.
me of Ann Dowd.
Oh,
she was also in The Leftovers. She's got an Ann Dowd vibe.
I want to watch that, I think.
Oh, I will say The Leftovers, the first season had problems. The second season was
but
unbelievable.
people just love the ending.
Oh.
And very few shows end well.
Oh, God, it was
Like,
so
who
good.
was it? Our friend Sissy was telling me to watch something today, and I said, "Does it end well?" Oh, she was saying you should watch Unreal, and I was like, "Well, Jake's talked about that
I
show."
love Unreal.
And she said, "I said, did it end well?" And she went,
No.
you know."
They all don't end well.
And that's what irks me. You spend all this time, and you're just—it's literally like you're being jacked off for 5 years. And
you know
then
what?
right
It's
before
not
you
about
come,
the
someone
ending,
says,
though.
"I'm out."
Sometimes it's about getting there. You know, it's not always about the.
Yeah,
because
that's what you think in sex.
You know, life doesn't have to be about sex.
Yeah, I know you in the. I know you in the bedroom. Give me your babies. Sperminator.
Anyway, so Tim is packing with his mother. I never realized how sad of a phrase that was. So my favorite, he's even saying, you know, last time, 1 month before, I always do Tim like this, y'all. Last time, 1 month, it's different than Tim. Very different than North Carolina Tim. 1 month before she came, I cheated. He never stops talking about it.
I mean, I think, you know what, honestly, and I don't mean this in a positive way, I think the fact that he cheated on her is the only interesting thing about him.
Yes, that's so true.
It's kind of true.
I think he's just the most
He's
basic person.
He's just a nice vanilla guy who just
At the same
fucked another
time,
person.
we realized, though, we found out that he did not admit it to her like we've kind of heard.
thought.
Nope. She said, something's going on with your social media, as he says.
she had a feeling, y'all.
My Tim is kind of like my Dr. Phil.
A little bit.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
So she confronted him about it. And so he had to tell her.
is disrespectful.
Yeah, y'all. But Dr. Phil, I admit Oprah gave me everything.
You know what? People, you've only done it once. You really need to bring her back. People loved your Susie Orman. I mean,
If I get a chance, I will. But it needs to happen in the moment.
maybe with Paul. Maybe Susie can help Paul and
With
Karina
money.
with money.
That's true. No,
That's true.
I could have talked about Jihoon and
It's true.
Deavan with
it's
the
true.
money.
It's true.
Oh. It's never too late for an IRA. Ugh. Next caller.
Oh man.
I also laugh every time this golden retriever says, "Melissa,
Melissa.
Melissa." It reminds
I hope
me,
she's interesting.
It reminds me of the sketch on Saturday Night Live. He says, and also when we moved to Colombia, Melissa. It reminds me of that sketch where everyone say, "Yeah, can we please order? I don't know. What do you want to have? Can we have some tacos?" Or can we have some chimichurros? Everything is overly pronounced from their normal English.
Uh-huh.
You guys, you can pronounce things correctly without overdoing it.
Yes.
Like Colombia, yeah. Instead, he goes, Colombia.
How do you pronounce things like when you go to an Italian restaurant? Do you say
Full out.
You do?
You go full on. Can I please have the ragu formaggio?
And he will say that. You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
I do too. That's opera queens.
Yeah, you go all the way out.
We got student loans to be able to say that.
Exactly.
I liked Tim's mom because she said, "I'm nervous for you, but I'm excited for you."
And she's going to go visit him.
And then she says, and this is real talk. The first couple of years are great, and then you got to live life. Y'all, because Robin
kinda
looks
like her.
I like her a lot, but Robin looks like she's had a hard life.
She's seen something.
She's seen something, and she's going to come there.
With her friend Carmen.
Carmen.
I can't wait
to
to
meet
meet
Carmen. Carmen's going to be great. Can't wait.
So
I just got excited. I got excited.
like Tim does when you throw a ball. Y'all, you know,
Cheater.
there's,
Cheater.
you know, Tim loves nothing better than watching a football game with the boys. He can't wait. Oh gosh,
He's pretty basic.
Yeah, and
Oh.
it feels like his mom bought him all of his clothes. Like or he just ordered like
Maybe.
a personal shopper. Like he's sending a photo, and the personal shopper, some queen's like, yeah, basic white guy, blue sweater. Here you go. This is all from J. Crew.
Well, he's like works in IT. He does
Yeah.
customer service. Like I bet he's good at that job because he's just. And I'm swinging my arm. He's just nice.
He's just so non-interesting.
He's not.
Like you're right. You're so right. The most interesting about him, sadly, is that he had an affair. He cheated on her.
If he has an OnlyFans and then we find out he has a huge penis, suddenly
I could see it.
Poodle's interested.
That would pique my interest. So you guys, we then show up to the therapist whose name is Beth Ann.
Yes, I want to say one thing before that, and I wonder if this is like foreshadowing. The mom says a little bit of, I know he's the one that cheated on her, but with him going over there, it seems like she's wanting to control him a little bit. So I'm just wondering, because she knows more about the relationship.
Ain't nobody can control me unless you tie me to the fence.
Or if you throw that ball again, I gotta chase it. I gotta, Mom.
Fill up my dish.
Cheater.
I swear to God, y'all, every time I look at him, I see someone who's like, I'm so glad you're home.
Question. It's true. I love you. Question: Would Mother Poodle go to Columbia? Because Mama Mar would go to Columbia in a second.
In a
if I was
second.
gonna- she would go to make sure I was doing it right.
second.
Yeah.
No, she would say,
If I was
"What do you-"
moving,
She would say, I think I should go with you.
visiting, be fine. But she would say, I just want to make sure you're settled. When she really means, I want to make sure that you're not getting taken for a ride.
Actually, I would hear this going, and then walking around, kind of pacing around in my house, click, click, click.
Your mom was a pacer, so are you.
She goes, Jay Bird, what do you think about this? What if I come with you to Columbia? Just to make sure you get all settled down there.
And my mom would do something similar, but This sounds like they're asking. It's not an ask.
No. What if I come with you? Won't that be fun?
And that means I'm coming with you.
Yeah. There's no choice
arguing
in the
with
matter.
it. Wow.
Yeah.
We are so lucky that we're not dating women.
I know,
because
it's
our
much
mothers
better.
would have broke out.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's talk about Beth Ann. Let's talk about Beth Ann.
This is a sad therapist's office.
So
I need to say that.
It was weird. It's like, it looked like one of those shared therapist office
It
spaces.
does.
Which a
with
lot
like wood paneling on the walls.
but also there was like several desks. A lot of therapists do that just because it's a lot cheaper
Yeah.
to like share spaces.
Someone did post about Beth Ann. They're like, Beth Ann just looked at me as someone who's not right.
Well,
And-
she probably could have been. Here's the deal, y'all. This was not a real therapy session because you
No.
can't do that. So literally, they said, "Do you want to do a therapy session?" And I guarantee you, the producers just fed her questions.
Yeah.
and she just asked their questions.
Right.
This had nothing. That thing where she says at the end, "Well, if he wants to make this count, he's got to go all in."
Got to go all in. No therapist would ever
never
say that.
say that to a client ever.
Because you don't know this. Even if he doesn't know the situation, I think what you would try to do, which any therapist or coach would say, why do you feel that you want to keep all that?
Yes.
You would try to go into, and then you would get out and first of all, no therapist would ever tell you to go all in. It would come from you, as we know.
Yeah.
That's what it has to. No
Yeah.
therapist is going to say, you go down, you get your ass to fucking Colombia.
They're a different type
Colombia.
of therapist. I operate from the standpoint of the position that the client is the expert in their life. They might make stupid choices, but the deal is they're driving the car, y'all. And
Yeah.
Poodle, you look at that too.
Yeah.
Like we can.
I
So
can
yeah, she would
suggest-
never have said that.
I will give them alternatives to help them discover things about themselves.
Or maybe try to relate how this situation is like something they've experienced
Right.
before, and
Yeah.
what did they do in that situation, and
And I'll say, or one of the things I will also ask them to do is, maybe decide what you're really looking for. Are you looking for A or B?
I feel
and
like the best way to describe this would be a 90 Days Theater.
sounds good.
Sounds
Okay.
good, y'all. Just we're in a therapist's office. Imagine there's a noise machine in the corner.
And there's books that looks like there's reparative therapy for homosexuals on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to play who?
There's a big book titled "Dick No More" by Howard Schlong.
Dick no more.
Pussy: I love cats.
Pussy. Never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
Pussy
We should-
spent a week there one night.
Yeah, y'all. We should say if you've had reparative therapy,
It is not funny.
it is not funny.
We just think this bitch would be great for
But
it.
yeah,
There was something about
and
her.
if you are in reparative therapy, y'all, it is illegal in a lot of states.
It's illegal in
If you're
California.
reparative therapy, come at us because we want to support you.
I would love to talk to you about
We
reparative
would
therapy.
love to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
and maybe help you.
Mm-hmm. Who's going to
Anyway.
play who?
Well, clearly, I'm going to be the therapist.
Okay.
Clearly, because you're already Tim.
Okay,
you're going
I
to be
didn't know.
you're going to be a golden retriever. However, I might bark.
Okay.
And scene.
Hey, Dr. Beth.
Oh, hi, Tim.
Hey,
Tim,
Beth.
Tim, let go of that bone, Tim. Tim, let it go. Let it go. Drop it. Drop it. There we go. Good boy, Tim. There you go. Tim,
Can I have a treat?
no, after
Okay.
after the session.
Okay.
Tim, I just want to. Has she asked you? I want to know this. She asked you questions about what happened? Do you tell her the details?
She asked me lots of questions. Sometimes we don't really talk about the times we cheated. She asked me, where am I going at night?
Mm-hmm.
She asked me, am I excited about seeing her? And then I think one she asked me all the time is, who's a good boy?
Oh,
And that's what I like.
you're a good
she
boy.
says, who's
Tim.
a good boy?
You're a good boy,
Oh,
Tim. You're a good boy.
Okay.
So she never asked you things like if you, I don't know, if you went to third base and if you felt of her second base and
Oh.
if you went to a home
Gosh.
base Tim.
Are you
Sorry.
feeling your breast up, Beth Ann?
Tim, look, is that a squirrel?
Squirrel.
All right, Tim, come back.
Squirrel. I gotta poop.
Well, hold on, Tim. Let's finish this session. Don't shit in the floor like you did last time. So I want you to be honest.
Sorry, when I get to go, I gotta go.
It's true. Now, I want you to be honest, and you got to do the hard thing and bare your soul to her.
Okay.
And not roll over on your back and show your
like
belly.
This,
like
when
you're-
when I push popping? Can you see me push popping, Beth Ann?
No.
When you can see my pink penis
Nope,
sticking out of the
nope,
penis
it's a
sheath?
Nope, that's why you cheated, Tim.
Oh, that's right.
She needs to see your heart to feel safe, because
Okay.
that's something that means nothing, and a real therapist would never say that.
Yeah. I don't think you're a real therapist. Thinking, how do I get out of my doghouse?
Tim, I'm a dog trainer.
And
scene.
that kind of went all kinds of places.
I enjoyed it.
I was ready for
I
it.
felt free. I felt free doing it.
Y'all, you know that when we get boring characters, we're just going to make up shit for them.
They're like sissy shout-outs. All those sissy shout-outs,
They're 100% true.
they are accurate.
So, yeah, basically, y'all, the therapist is full of shit. She tells him to go all in, whatever that means.
It's just very it's what it is, actually. She could be a very good therapist. I don't think it's a reflection on her. I think she was
I
saying
still think she's in reparative therapy.
she had to say these abstract things
Yeah, they mean nothing.
that mean nothing for but
If y'all have a therapist like that, get out. Because
yeah.
you need to be talking to
my
them. You
first
need to have
therapist was like that.
Yeah,
It was
you
not
need
good.
to when
She
you
also fed her poodle during our section.
Shut up.
That's when I realized I'm out.
Shut up.
She had like therapy dogs. They weren't therapy
No,
dogs.
she just wanted to have them.
She was like, I'm just going to feed them. Did you want to feed them during the session?
Because you're that damaged.
And I was like, I'm paying you $165 an hour. No.
do you want to be
She was Jungian and very psychodynamic, and one of those, y'all, some therapists, and there's nothing wrong, but some therapists are like, I can't really start to do work with you unless I see you for at least like 2 years.
Wow. Who's got the time?
That's psychodynamic therapy, and really that's kind of like a privilege thing.
Honestly, you
Y'all,
guys.
but that's not accurate.
Honestly, you guys, a good therapist is going to ask you good questions.
A good therapist, I think, wants you to not need them.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
You do that with coaching. You don't want to be coaching
Oh,
you
exactly.
forever.
If you have a therapist who says,
gets sick of
no, we're not done yet, or something like that, or we're saying, I don't think you're, or you said, yeah, I need to stop for a while, unless they think you're dangerous. They'll say, yeah, that happens with people.
Or you're Ronald, and Ronald told the therapist, so I think I'm done, and I'm going to get married in a week. And the therapist was like,
Okay.
maybe you should see me a little longer. Nope, I'm good.
Maybe when you get out of rehab, that's the exception.
We really get a lot out of Ronald.
But I'm talking about if your therapist is saying things like, no, you're not done yet.
No.
Well,
mine, she said to me, she's like, I don't do short-term therapy. I'd seen her for 8 months.
8 months?
Yes. It was not great.
Well, here's the thing, you guys. It's everyone's journey. You have to participate in your own recovery.
Yeah.
In therapy.
And maybe some people want that, but we're just saying there's other options. I will say that they kind of did bring up, and really Tim brought it up, not so much Beth Ann.
And you should also want to go to therapy.
Oh, yeah.
You should be, y'all, this is someone who you pay to listen to you.
Yeah.
It's the best thing in the world.
It really is.
Yeah.
I got to send you that one I thought of. I've been thought about going again because...
I want your highly sensitive... I guess we both wear a mask at this time.
No, it's all Zoom.
Oh,
it's
I
all
love
Zoom
that.
right now. Because
send me that shit.
I'm having just as Poodle said, like, y'all, I just have anxious days.
I have COVID anxiety all the time.
And it's not, and I try to I think I get anxious. It happened today. And then, which oddly enough, when I come here, I connect with you, and I think Poodle and I definitely feel like the spirit of y'all, and we kind of settle into this.
You're welcome.
I really meant the other people, but sure. Squirrel. But y'all, if you're in this, I realize I get anxious, and then I'm trying to figure out why I'm anxious. Y'all, sometimes we don't need to figure this out because the world's on fire right now, and that's
anxiety normal.
producing.
Yeah.
But anyway, one thing that Tim kind of says at the end, which is I think a valid point. when you are someone that has cheated on somebody else, it does become, and this happens a lot for people, and usually men when men cheat, but women too, but you will deny your own needs and deny your own desires because you feel, like Renee says, a shame cycle of guilt. And so, but again, it's, hopefully that's not a problem. Hopefully he can ask for what he needs, and hopefully that Melissa doesn't shut him down.
Well, I think...
And they can compromise on that.
I think the problem, the big reveal we got out of this whole session, you guys, is A, he's keeping his job.
And he's keeping his house.
He's keeping his house.
But wouldn't you? Or no?
Well,
I would keep my job if I could, for sure.
From what he said, it's not something he likes his job. It's not something he can do remotely from Colombia. So it seems like he's taking an absence.
Oh, that's I didn't get that.
And I think and the therapist is going about this in the wrong way, not saying, why don't you want to do that? And the therapist should not say, Tim, you sell that house. You quit that job. You go all in. Because then what happens is he's like, Beth Ann, I lost everything, and she told me to go fuck myself, and I'm a dog, so that's hard.
Tim, I got a Kong here with peanut butter in it. Will that cheer you up? And it will. Y'all, because dogs go crazy for Kongs.
Speaking of peanut butter, we're going to be talking about a peanut butter contest on Smothered.
We are?
Coming up soon. Yeah. The peanut butter contest.
Oh. Yeah. 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 Oh, this episode of Smothered. Anyway.
Yeah. Their story actually is really hard for me to watch.
Y'all come at me. This could be, and I don't mean it. I'm saying this because one of my best friends is from Colombia. And he says of his own people, we are jealous as fuck. We get jealous as fuck. So I don't know if this is true.
She's got reason to be.
But I'm wondering if, is she going to come in hard with this guilt for him?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. This was so long. I have to pee again. Can we pause it? Because I need to talk about anxiety. We're going to get into some anxiety in a second.
That's true. All right. Poodle peed. We're back. All right.
I piddled.
Y'all, let's talk about Binyam and Ari.
Binyam. What do you say, Binyam?
Whatever.
Binyam.
Binyam, baby.
BB. Or baby. I get confused whether she's saying baby or in her, really awful Valley Girl vocal fry. Is she saying baby or baby?
She really does look like one of those characters from The Secret of Nim. You said that once, and you're right.
Someone has been also saying the sloth from Ice Age.
That's not wrong. It's not wrong.
Y'all, we just really don't like her. I can't tell you that there's something that pushed our buttons from moment one, and it's not gotten better.
It's not, and we'll see. I don't think it's not that I don't like her in a way that I dislike Big Ed.
No.
Or,
it's
Colt,
visceral.
Or, but there's something she's so, I can't think of another, she's bringing so much of her own personal baggage into this, and it's just, it's sad. She has no awareness of it.
She makes my skin crawl with her. She's a walking monument to white privilege. And it makes my skin crawl. I don't even think
she realizes it.
No, that's why it's awful.
Whereas I think Ed does. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Ed. I hate him.
Say that again. I want to play that on our podcast.
Move on, whore.
So anyway, you guys, Binyam is kicking
cute.
her. He really is.
He's charming.
The more I see her, and more I see him, I like him a lot more than her. So he says, I was upset when she left. He was picking him to the airport, and he's like, I can't wait to see. I'm worried about meeting his mother, but I can't wait to see her. He's buying her flowers. It's really cute when he does see her.
I got Twitter pated. Even when she ran to him,
and then
I want to run to you,
and it's all ruined when she starts to talk. She's like, "Oh my God, what happened to your dreads?
I
You
want
used
to.
to
Oh
be-
my god.
You used to be so.
Come on.
Y'all, it's so good I get to bring my Jessica from Love Is Blind voice.
Yeah, it's
because
true.
She has
Who is
this-
dating a really cute guy who kind of
I know.
who kind of has gay
Who's
face.
34?
Who's 34? Yeah, she fixed that.
Of course she'd date a gay guy. Of course she would.
So y'all,
Like, you wear your dreads. Oh my God, now you're so skinny.
I mean, something's going on. I sent Poodle a video. Y'all, I really like to watch that game show, Press Your Luck. That's one of my favorite game shows of all time. And I was watching it.
no
and-
whammies, no whammies, no
wham-
whammies.
And I love Elizabeth Smart. Did you see that?
Not Elizabeth Smart.
Elizabeth-
She was kidnapped and played the harp. And found. And America panicked because she was a perfect white girl who played the harp. Elizabeth Banks is who you're thinking of. And we all need to take a moment.
Press Your Luck, hosted by Elizabeth Smart.
And she plays the theme on her harp. Boom, 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 boom. Hello, everybody. I was kidnapped and held as a slave.
And now we're here to
Slave,
play.
and now we're here to play Press Your Luck.
Because when life hands you a whammy, you keep going.
You know, she has stood up for victims of sexual violence.
Oh, she's incredible.
She's a huge advocate now.
She's incredible.
And she's on, and she's like, y'all, she's not a victim anymore. She comes out like when guns blazing.
She's
I
incredible.
Love her.
Anyway,
Remember how a white girl who looked like Elizabeth Smart kept the country in suspense for 3 weeks?
yeah.
Or more or longer. Remember?
Longer.
And then we saw that crazy guy who had her. I think I watched that Elizabeth Smart story.
So,
Sorry.
all I'm going to say is impress your luck.
God. This
These
show's
guys
going to
were
be 4 hours long.
These guys were. This guy, he was like this man from Georgia. He's like,
Yeah, you sent it to me.
I'm here playing, and I love my wife Egypt. And then the girl who I liked, who was a nurse, Emily, she said, and this is my husband. He was like, literally, hi, and he had lip gloss on.
There's a lot of gay husbands out there,
Yo.
y'all. It happens.
Anyway, what were we doing?
Elizabeth Smart. You know, y'all, if you ever think we script this, I promise you we do not.
Someone did email a long time ago, like, do y'all script that? No.
I promise you that could not. Also, my reaction could not have been scripted because I sat here blank faced when you said Elizabeth Smart, and I had to sit in the moment of horror because I flashed up on a girl playing the harp who was taken in the night, and then the press here like bow 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 bow.
That's not pressure. Like that's
That's the pyramid theme.
That's a pyramid theme.
Or
Yeah.
like, boop, 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 boop.
What is the
Stop?
You got me thinking now. It's
Please
Anyway.
take me away from this.
talk about Ari.
Let's talk about Ari. So you guys, she's they're there, and mom is like, I've got a lot of digging to do on this guy, and to do. Boy, that's a retro theme.
Yeah, that's pressure luck.
Anyway,
Yeah, she's like, I got some digging.
so and so they get there, and has an anxiety attack as soon as she sees him because his dreads are gone and he's thinner, and I guess he looks less exotic than she remembers.
You know what?
That's the first thought I had.
I thought that too. I thought, does he look less
Wait,
exotic?
He just looks like a basic black guy now.
Is he like not what I signed up for?
Yeah, that was.
He doesn't look unique and interesting
That's
or whatever.
exactly where I went. That may not have been what happened. Again, y'all, we're not fans of Ari.
It was a complete overreaction.
Yeah.
And then when she even
She
said,
basically had a panic attack.
and she even said, she said, sorry, I don't do well under stress. And
I'm like, you're on a great show.
yeah.
And you're having your baby in Ethiopia.
In Ethiopia on a reality show. Good call for you. That's smart.
Oh,
Because,
a hater, a hater,
y'all-
a hater.
She's not doing this for the money.
No, she's
Miss
fine.
fucking yeah or whatever. She doesn't need money.
She's fine. So anyway, she's like, so I've already decided that if it's terrible, if the apartment is terrible, I'm gonna punch you in the face. And this apartment needs running water. It needs hot water. It needs like a place where I can like do my hair. It needs everything.
Everything.
Yeah, that's
Place
how
for me
I'm
to
doing her
put-
voice for the rest of the season, y'all.
Place for me to put my fresh soap.
Yes,
Actually, I love fresh.
I can't wait
Duh.
to like make like I want to. Can we get like a cow? Because I want to milk a cow. I want the true Ethiopian experience.
Which she even brought this up, y'all. She's traveled a lot, so she
Yeah,
has
we
lived,
haven't heard that.
but she has lived in places not probably the same that she's lived in the U.S. Things that where she had to compromise.
She's
on
like,
things
but
she
now
liked.
I have a baby.
And I'm like, oh.
And
But
I'm
you
strangely
know,
living with a guy named Baby.
You know where you're going. You know
Yep.
you're not going to fucking Abu Dhabi where it's like the beautiful and everything's super nice and shit like that.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi's very expensive.
You mean in the Middle East?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
was talking about. I was just thinking of you know what I mean?
Dubai, like Dubai.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi, Dubai. It's not like you're going there.
Yeah.
You know that you're going to Ethiopia. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying Ethiopia's a shithole.
No.
But like, you've been there.
Yeah.
You know.
Basically, so she says all that, and she's like, and then she goes, "Are you taking me down a dark alley where you're gonna kill me and cut me up?" Not funny when you just got to the airport
And-
you're a white girl talking to a black guy.
And it also looked like that. So it was kind of
did.
real. It was not good.
So he shows up, and I said, and I walked in. That's when I already talked about the show, or already talked about the apartment as like witch coven chic. Like it's black leather. It doesn't look bright. And
No.
now she could have said, you know, this is something we can work with. We just need to find new furnishings. But she's like, she acted the worst, you guys. So
See, I don't think she was the worst.
well, no, the thing is, she was covering it up.
She was
She was
covering
putting
up.
on a bridge. She's like, you know, I
She
love
was
you and everything, but the bathroom's disgusting.
I think that she wasn't. It was a catch-20. What's better? And this is a legitimate question. Is it better to like clearly she is being passive aggressive and covering up, or is it better for her to be like a Laura the
For
way
me-
Laura was for Aladdin and kind of just bitchy about it?
For me, it's you walk in and say, yeah, we can work with this. Here's what I think the bathroom. You're still smiling. This is great. I think the bathroom we're going to have to work on a bit.
Actually, you know the way Jenny did
Yes,
it with Sumit, that's the way you do it.
I
'Cause
agree.
that's what Jenny did. She was like, she pointed out the things that she liked.
she
and then-
complained a little bit, but
because
she was pretty proactive.
What was not great about what she
She had
did?
to go back to those eggs, y'all.
She shamed him.
Yeah, it was awful.
It totally shamed him.
She's like, the colors are terrible. The bathroom looks like something from the Saw movies.
Which, because maybe,
And I really love you, and I don't want to hurt you. I mean, but I just told you were terrible.
and maybe BB is like a fuck up and a loser.
Yep. And he even
I don't
said,
know.
I'm disappointed in myself. So,
But
the
maybe
thing-
he's not,
The thing
you know?
is, there was a way to tell him this wasn't exactly working without shaming him.
Yes. Yes.
She didn't do that.
She did not
I don't
do that.
think that she's capable of it, personally.
No.
Not a fan of Ari.
And then she says, what the fuck's going to happen when my mom sees this?
So that's where
Y'all,
we're going.
It's not going to go well.
No.
It's not going to go well.
Yep.
At all.
Yep.
You know, I don't handle stress very well.
You know what? That's very wow. I think this is terrible. These colors are bad. She.
Are we done? I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you.
We are. I really like having a good deep sleep last
I
night.
thought you were done with Ari because usually when you talk about somebody you hate, you say, I hate her. And that's when I know you're done. That's usually how you book it. You usually book it with both those things.
I hate her is a phrase I say a lot.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
I say I hate him too, but I
You do.
hate her a lot. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
she's pretty awful.
She's pretty awful.
So
We're gonna see.
Samantha and Jenny had a good sleep last night.
I will say one thing before we. Y'all have came on us, or not some of you have come on us and said, apparently BB is, I mean, he does have a kid in another country, so we're not
and
necessarily.
there's a reason why he can't come to
We're
the
not
US.
necessarily fans of his. We feel like
I don't know.
his shit show is going to show up.
Yeah.
So
I just
we just
think,
don't know yet.
I think going all the way
not
to
gonna go well.
Ethiopia, there's so many questions about
I think
this.
they're both going to be gross, to be honest. But I would still have sex with him.
Me too.
All right. We're back.
Sorry, no magic happened last night.
Oh, I was laying an egg. I was tired.
There were grubs all over the floor. I was hungry. So, anyway, you guys, this is a very short scene. Basically,
they're going to go out and get a chai.
And then randomly, there was a scene they show with two guys like trying to kill each other.
Fucking fighting. They show a monkey. And a monkey.
And then Jenny asked for a chai.
In like a little paper cup that you swish.
Yeah, it was disturbing.
Anyway, this neighborhood is not nice.
No.
At all. But again, you never would know it. They go to sit in the park.
She's like, is that blood?
Did someone cut one of my friends' heads off and now they're eating them? Anyway, y'all.
Is there a voodoo ritual that I don't know about?
Yeah. Anyway, so she sits down and she's like, when are we going to see the divorce papers?
And he's like, oh, God. And he gets annoyed that she's even asking. I'm like, didn't she come over here for this?
I'm proud of Jenny. Jenny was grilling him, and I'm here for it.
Well, it is third time's a charm.
Yeah.
So,
and he was married. You know, some people said this, and I went, oh, fuck, I wonder if that's true. Some people have said they think that, I don't know.
He's got a child.
They think he has a child.
Fuck. If he's got a child, Jenny needs to kill Sumit. Because that's the only way she'll be fine with it.
Because it does make you wonder. The way he's acting, he was a little bit... He said his reason was, he said it was annoying because she doesn't understand how hard it is to get signed papers in India.
I'm kind of over him. I've got to be honest.
So
I'm kind of over his delaying. I'm over his...
This made me turn on him a little bit.
Yeah, and I know they've only been there one day, but can you imagine if he had just shown her the divorce papers when he walked in? Kind of like if Jihoon had a nice place to live.
Yeah.
For Deavan.
It makes me just...
But is it in his character?
I don't feel like I'm... Yeah, and I feel like he's lying. And I think...
Fucking man-children, y'all.
Why Sumit chose to get an American and bring over this American woman because Indian women see through his shit.
That is very, very astute.
You know what?
Well done.
I don't know. It makes me wonder.
Yeah. Maybe Indian women see that he's kind of a man baby too.
Ashwina's not a fan.
No, she not.
She comes for him.
She
so
not.
maybe that's
it's Ashwini.
It. Sorry, I say names wrong. Sorry.
Names, proper nouns.
I think
verbs.
Elizabeth Smart.
Conjunctions.
Elizabeth Smart. Really, that was
gerunds.
That was in the back of my head, just somewhere.
I don't.
Part of my brain.
If we went in your brain, some I would just post something. Hi, y'all. You're entering Ardmore. Have you seen our used tire factory?
There'd be a guy coming out overalls, shoot on. Hey, what can I do for you?
I don't want to go to your brain.
We don't get a lot of commotion around these parts.
I know.
Just a lot of gray matter.
Lots of talk about show choir songs that we remember.
Mm-hmm. Every Wednesday down at the Starlight, we'll sing you hot, hot, hot.
That's the show. That's all I got about those two.
Because that's really all they did. All we know is they're going to go to court, and he said, "I will show you how hard it is to get the papers, and we will do
it."
Papers. Y'all,
another deep uppercut.
It's that time of the week where we like to highlight one of our gatrons who have sent us a little voicemail message. We like to call it our
Sissy Spotlight.
Hanging into your spotlight.
We gotta find another. We gotta find another song for that.
Somebody mentioned the Madonna song Spotlight.
I don't know it that well.
I didn't know that song that well either.
I'm gonna look up songs with Spotlight.
Anyway, y'all, while Poodle's looking up songs, we're going to take a listen. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Sonia on Patreon and the squad. Just wanted to let you guys know that your Patreon has led me to be a more independent mother and hopefully more independent child. She had her tonsils removed, my 17-year-old, about 2 weeks ago, and I had an alarm to give her medicine every 3 hours. It was at 12, 3, 6, and 9 a.m. and p.m. So one night, my alarm went off at 3 a.m. I went downstairs and she was still up, so I knew that she was feeling better. I told her to take her medicine, and the next day I gave her a list of what medicine to take at one time. And she said, I have to remember this myself. And I said, if I don't, I am going to have to get in the shower and wash your hair like they do on TV. She said, what? She couldn't believe what I was talking about. I said, when that show Smothered, I wasn't going to watch it until I listened to my Patreon with Maddie and Poodle. So you were well loved in our house, and thank you for what you're doing. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, Sonia.
Oh, you
for
press record.
jumping into that.
Sonia, you know what? You tell your daughter.
Oh, you read her for filth.
I'm not going to, you are not sitting in my bathwater. I'm not going to smell your teeth.
Nope.
And I'm not going to show you my dildo while we just have pillow talk in bed.
And I'm not going to back up to your house with bagels.
And you know what? Y'all think we just made up shit? This all happened on Smothered. So if you're not listening to Smothered, you're not living.
You're missing out.
You're missing out. Anyway, Sonia, thank you for that.
Your daughter learned a lesson from Smothered.
She sure did. Sure
Y'all
did.
send us. We're going to join the Patreon at the $15 level, and you can submit any kind of question to us.
At the Come At Us tier.
Or talk to us.
You can submit your question. Also, we'll be having a YouTube Live this month. We do one a month.
Yes, that's exciting.
Okay.
Is it time for shout-outs?
Yes, it is. Sissy shout-outs. We have a lot of SS things. The Sissy Sentinel.
Yeah, I'm really upset about that with your lisp.
Y'all, we just had our
miscalculation.
We just had our newsletter go out, by the way, the Sissy Sentinel. So be sure to sign up for that. It's in the show links.
I feel like I should wear a poncho for how many times I'm spit on.
It's true. Wear a mask. You'll get corona from me. Okay, so we are on I and J.
Is that accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because last week we did Niles and Karen.
You're right.
And they both enjoyed it. So I and J. Who would you like? I'd like how normal people prep this before. And Poodle and I just...
We just wing the fuck out
of it and do it on the show. Anyway.
What's happening here?
Oh, my God. Y'all, you can
just turn around. Turn the thing around.
You can also go to...
I'll do J because that's my name.
Okay. Y'all, you can also go to 90daygaze.com. And you can find all of our shows there.
And y'all come to us on Cameo. I'm at Jake It or Fake It, and this bitch is at the Matt Marr. 2 T's, 2 R's for anybody who's listening.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all, I'm going to do I. And for I, this SC shout out goes to... Uh-oh.
Oh, God. Go.
I'm going to say that name right. Dexter.
Oh, God.
Dexter
Eolis.
Oh, wait. Sounds like...
Hollis.
Sounds like Pheno Hollis. We know Hollis.
Dexter's going to leave after this.
We know Hollis.
We
fucked that up. Anyway, y'all... Dexter.
We know Hollis.
Y'all,
Hollis.
He's a go-go dancer.
Oh.
If you don't know what a go-go dancer is, I don't even know if he's gay or straight. He doesn't care. He is one of those sex-positive people that loves attention. So he makes his own concoction of baby oil, lavender oil, good vanilla, because he does love Ina Garten.
True.
And some good Moroccan vanilla or something. And a little bit of CBD oil. And he makes his only body oil that he slathers over his body. So that way, when he dances, the women can just give him dollar bills. What's happening with you? Why are you hitting
Your thing wouldn't type my thing.
There you go. There's Jay.
It would. I had to press it really hard.
Anyway, so he's got his oil. He calls his oil his essence. Essence of me. And yes,
boy,
it's
that's
called
boring.
Essence of me, because he wanted to make sure people got it was an essence thing. And so he
got it.
He has so many women that go crazy at the bars. They're just putting dollar bills all in his pants. He's dick dancing away. He loves when they play Fleetwood Mac. He dances on that great. And because his essence of me, it's slippery. However, it also clings to a pole, so he never slides off the pole.
Got it.
So anyway, y'all, he started selling this as thinking he was going to sell it for women for dancing in the bedroom, and now, y'all, he's a thousandaire.
Oh,
he's sold thousands of dollars worth of his essence of me. And if you go to www.wix.com/essence of me, you can go to get, again, that site, www.wix.com/essence of me, because he's not paying for the Wix. He's still using the trial.
Yeah, gotta get that.
Get his,
no Squarespace for him.
No, but he is still dick dancing every night. Go see him at a bar called Shetty's,
which is closed.
It's closed.
Anyway, that's that it?
That's it.
All right. Mine goes out to Jamie Wachenda. Y'all, is maybe Jaime. I think it's a woman. I'm looking at her profile now. She looks female, but who knows? It's whoever she wants to identify.
Okay. All right.
Jaime?
You shame me when I look at their profile picture, but I guess it's fine
I just
for
needed
you.
To know, you scope their entire profile, and it's gross. Jaime or Jamie Wachenda, she was obsessed with the movie Black Panther.
Oh.
Because Wakanda sounded like her last name.
Oh.
And now she just says all the time, Wachenda forever.
Well,
and
that's
people go,
not accurate.
People go, that's not right, and you're a white girl.
Wrong time.
Yeah, maybe not the right time. But that hasn't stopped her from making a mini land in the back of her backyard called Wachenda.
Oh,
that she says she's queen of. It's a real plot problem. She makes her dogs, her husband, her kids, they all have to pay tribute to her.
She sounds wonderful.
I know. But she lets them do their own kind of thing as long as they do Wachenda Forever, the sign. It's kind of like the Wakanda Forever sign.
Uh-huh.
They do their arms like this.
Uh-huh.
But this one, they do, it's almost like a Shirley Temple salute. Salute!
Well, not really powerful.
That's the Wachenda Forever. You take your hands to your head and you go, whoop! And you do like your palm up. And you bevel. So that's the Wachenda Forever. So Jamie Wachenda loves that.
Okay.
So she kind of makes them, the weirdest thing, y'all, she makes them build statues to her.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of this, but she loves it. And at that point, the only thing she loves more than that is she likes to kind of grind on these statues, and that's how she gets off a lot of times nights when her husband's already in bed.
You know, it was a nice story. And did you just...
Well, I said it's nice because her husband and kids are in bed when she does it.
It just always got to go there.
Anyway, y'all...
But you're not lying because...
She's having a good time there. It's not bothering anybody. She's having a good time in her whole thing. And you know what? Like in Wakanda, she's discovering all sorts of inventions. She's gonna sell that shit. She's found
This story's never gonna end.
She's found lube that reconstitutes itself. You can recycle. It's gonna be something you can sell. Congratulations, Jamie or Jaime Wachenda.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen.
With your recyclable lube.
Is that it?
That's the end of the story. That's
Okay,
the end of her shout out. 110% true.
100. You know, I just was looking to type their name.
I'm exhausted.
I'm afraid Dexter Uv Inyolas. Yo, Dexter, let me know if you're real because I think you might be one of those people who joined because you're a sissy. Because this picture looks really young. I don't know if this person's real.
I don't know if he's real.
Or they're 12 years old. I'm nervous.
Nice going.
Yeah. It's like when I picked our Gatreon and they quit the Gatreon.
I did that too.
Yep.
They quit like the next day.
Probably because this show was so fucking long. Y'all, sorry for the long shows lately. There's just been a lot. This is an hour show, but there was a lot to talk about.
And this motherfucker wouldn't shut up.
Yeah. And a lot to go through. So, y'all, you can go to 90daygays.com. You can see our other shows. We got Sweet Tea, Southern Charm. By the way, if you remember Hot Gentry from Southern Charm,
yes,
he's got a podcast now. One with Chelsea. He's talking about real estate in Charleston. Has
Good
nothing
for her.
Yeah, I know. He messaged me about it.
And Chelsea.
Be sure to check that out. Y'all, follow us at 90 Day Gays on Instagram and Twitter. We appreciate you so much. Last but not least, we love it. Poodle loves something more than anything.
A good deep dickin'? Besides that. Yeah, an iTunes review.
And yes, leave him a review on Apple Podcasts. He appreciates it so much. 5 stars. And if you don't know what to say, then just say, keep going, Queens. And y'all, we talk about these people because they're lonely hearts. And aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love, Poodle?
Yes. And if you fly to Ethiopia and your fiancé has cut off his dreads and looks a little thinner, maybe really try to play along and call us.